Belgium and France is the other game, and so whoever does win the game between Italy and Spain will be facing one of these two. These are the odds for this. Gab, is there too much noise going on around France at the moment? We saw some of their problems in the Euros. We heard a lot of their off-the-pitch problems. It seems as though they may be continuing with what we've been talking about with Kylian Mbappe today.
Yeah, I think that's fair, and I think, you know, with Deschamps, there's always this issue. I think at the same time, we need to, I think, remember that Didier Deschamps, I don't think, is a great manager in terms of coaching and tactics and doing anything interesting, but you know, he is pretty solid as a man manager, and he's pretty good at keeping things bottled up. They obviously did boil over at the Euros when they were knocked out, and you still have issues with Mbappe coming out and saying, you know, what he said and the uncertainty over his future, but there was uncertainty over his future at the Euros as well. So I wouldn't put too much stock into it. You know, they're coming up against a very good Belgium side, but I'm still going to lean France on this one.
If Didier Deschamps can get to 2:30 Eastern time on Thursday without this lot falling out, that's a victory to start with. Yeah. Then he can start worrying about the performances on the field, because this stuff that we heard from the Euros and the bickering, and it's still going on between some of the players and the clubs, is pathetic. But you know, I'm a little surprised that Roberto Martinez is hanging in there with Belgium. I wondered whether after the Euros he might look to go somewhere else. Maybe he's just waiting for the right job, or maybe he's waiting till after Qatar 22, which I think is probably more likely. But they are certainly not the side that they were, but they're a decent side. But I still think even a bickering France is probably just got enough for them.
Well, maybe he's waiting, Roberto Martinez, to win the Nations League. I mean, is it finally time for this Belgian side?
I think he's probably waiting more for a Barcelona job or something. I have to be honest.
Well, I mean, that could be there.
I mean, let's be honest, if he wins the Nations League, nobody's going to bat an eyelid.
So, but should this Belgian side be winning something?
Yeah, but World Cups and Euros. I mean, I'm sorry, I know we're broadcasting the game, but it's a Nations League.
This particular side now.
Yes, this side. Is this their last chance?
But this is a side. This is a side that's on its last legs.
So is this their last chance?
Yeah, last chance. You kind of wonder. He hasn't really freshened it up at all. You know, I agree that I think France will win the game, but that's only because the front three that they've got have to eventually put some time together and score some goals and create chances. And they're playing against a bunch of old men. Let's be honest. The back line of Belgium is creaking. Vertonghen and Alderweireld are past their best, let's be honest. And they're playing against the front three of Mbappe, Griezmann and Benzema. That has to be the difference, in my opinion.
Gab?
I agree with you on the back line. Obviously, that's got to be the issue for Belgium. But, you know, going forward, I still think they're going to have a ton in the tank at the World Cup as well. If you look at players like Tielemans, like Lukaku, like De Bruyne, like Doku, you know, we're not talking about people who are going to be old come the World Cup. But clearly, he needs to either, you know, find fresh legs at the back or rely on Thibaut Courtois performing a Superman act, which we've seen Courtois do in the past, by the way. So, I think this is very, very hard fought.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.